Hey everybody, I'm Carrie.
I'm Maddie.
Welcome back to Book Club.
Hey everybody. Welcome back to Book Club.
Sadly, we're not together anymore. Actually, that's a lie. I just lied to you because when this video comes out,
We will
Maddie
be
and
together.
I will be together, but we'll be on a cruise.
We'll be on a boat in the ocean.
We'll be on a boat in the ocean going crazy. So if you are wanting to see some real-time content, make sure you're following us on
Hop
Instagram
your way
and
over
on
to
TikTok.
Instagram and TikTok. And we'll be doing
It is gonna
weird
be-
stuff.
Weird book stuff on a boat in the middle of the ocean. So
Yeah.
make sure you're
Don't
following
miss it.
us on there. It will be linked below. You should be following us because we post every single day.
Every
We
single
post
day.
Every single day. Every single day.
Every
single
day.
If you didn't hear that, every day. Actually.
Every day.
Every day. Every day at Read by MC. That's our on things.
You say read?
Also follow. Is it red? Are you saying red?
I always say red.
Oh, well.
But it's spelled the same.
So
So however you want to read it, that's how you
Yeah.
pronounce it, baby
However
girl.
you
And we
wanna do
support
it.
you.
just follow us. That's
Just
all you
follow
have to do.
us.
And also our YouTube channel,
Yeah.
which is just Carrie and Maddie.
Yeah. And as a reminder, I'm Maddie and that's Carrie. Because we never
Yeah,
introduce
so-
ourselves.
But that's why the introduction is in
Oh,
the
yeah. We
intro.
changed our intro.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways.
So it does actually.
Sorry,
But
guys.
it
I'm
doesn't
bad
show
at my
our
job.
faces, So I'm Carrie and that's
I'm
Maddie. And if you followed us on socials, you would know that.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for a year and a half. Get with it.
And
Anyways, today
kind
we're
of-
kind of doing a part 2 a little bit. Not really exactly
little
the same as a
bit.
part 2 to the last episode. But last week we did, or 2 weeks ago, we did things we hate about the books we love. Today we're doing things we hate about the tropes that we love. So enemies to lovers, friends to lovers, maybe like micro tropes, like a one bed trope or blah, 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 blah. All of the things. And that's kind of what we're talking about. And I think we should go ahead and get right into it because there's one
I
that's
agree.
been on our mind lately. And it's been a big topic of conversation on Book Talk as well. Things that we love. Most of our books that we are obsessed with are fantasy books, and a lot of them even YA, young adult fantasy.
Yeah, we love a good YA book.
Yeah. But even
The
the adult
age?
ones, even the adult ones, the age that the authors are writing these characters at. For example, in ACOTAR 1, Feyre, 19.
19.
She's 19.
Quite frankly, abominable. This is insane
Yeah,
behavior. Why are we doing
She
that?
would not be acting that way as a 19-year-old, but
No.
I mean, maybe in like if it's taking place in sort of like a medieval times type situation, people were aged up. Like you did certain thing, you were considered an adult like fucking 12 years old.
Right.
However, in modern times, I think a lot of readers, considering we are in our mid 20s at least most of the time,
Yeah.
when you read these characters, I'm not reading them as 19. It's thrown out there that's like, oh, they're 19, oh, they're this, and then really never touched on again for the most part, and they are described as, being warriors and fighters and all this crazy shit, and they're not acting 19. They're not physically described as 19. It is very rare to be 19 and be this curvy, voluptuous woman. Girl, you're not even a full-grown adult. You haven't even hit your
No.
second wave of puberty. Because if you
No.
don't know, women basically go through 2 puberties. You go through one as a prepubescent child, and then you go through one as you get into your 20s, where you start to look like not a teenager and a woman.
And you actually
So I'm
start to
no,
look
I'm
at like a
just-
woman.
Yeah, so I'm actually just like not buying into that.
No.
Um,
Not even a little bit,
only
actually.
The only character that I'm like, okay, you know what? For the most part, I can kind of understand her age was Aelin Galathynius.
Yeah.
And like if you've read Throne of Glass, she starts out like even in Assassin's Blade, the girl's 16, and there's many moments that I can appreciate that is written in there that makes you really put into perspective, okay, that's why she's acting this way. This girl is 16. You cannot expect a 16-year-old to act like a full-grown adult woman because you're not.
Right.
And But then there's things like, I don't know, what's another one? One, you know what I can't appreciate? Fourth Wing. Fourth Wing, they're not written that young.
No, they're like 20.
They are younger, but it's a war college. It is considered a college.
Yeah.
So they're starting out
18, 19,
like
20.
Zayden, I'm pretty sure, is like, he's 2 years older than Violet.
Yeah.
He's like 23 in the first book.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, even then, that's a little young. But also, when I was reading those, I was 24, so not that bad.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can appreciate that. Yes, that's great. And speaking of the men specifically, I really don't like the ages on the women a lot of the time. However, it is a bigger issue with the male characters. With men. Because, and I'm not saying that this is a reader's issue. It is
it's an author issue. It is an author issue. Because the fact of the matter is that this is my take on it. Do with this what you will. The fact of the matter is authors write male characters to be desirable to their female readers. Because let's be honest, we all know that romantasy is primarily enjoyed by whom? Women. These authors are writing their male main characters to be desirable and attractive to their female readers. So when you are writing a 17, 18, 19-year-old character, and then the rest of the internet is being like, well, you actually can't find them attractive because they're only 18. First of all, bestie, I don't know how to fucking tell you this. That's the legal age. Like, I'm not going to fucking argue over that. I'm not arguing over it. That's the legal age. Do I think it's weird that they're 18? Yes, I do. In my head, are they 18? No, the absolute fuck they are not. They are not. In my head, they're all like Reese and Azriel and Cassian, where they're 500 plus years old. And also, need I remind you, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this, they're fucking fake. They don't exist. I've had enough of everybody trying to make real life issues out of fake ass characters.
Yeah, I think Sarah J. Maas is one of the, and actually too, I guess Rebecca Yarros, which is good that they're some of maybe the most famous authors right now. They don't really have this problem because with Sarah J. Maas, most of her male interests are
Fae,
and they are hundreds of years old, and we can appreciate that. And the way they're described, the way that they're talking about fucking 8-pack biceps that are the size of a football field.
Their arms are the size of a grown woman thigh. Right.
Yeah, like that's okay. I'm like, you don't need to be on steroids because you're fucking fae. You're not human.
You're not human.
You can look like a comic book superhero. Because
but like a very popular one that Carrie and I like. Well, he's our favorite book boyfriend. You guys know Kai Azar. Yes. Kai Azar is 19.
And I don't want this to be slander. I don't want this to be slander on Lauren Roberts.
No, we love
Lauren. I do love her. And she wrote these books. She started writing these books at 18. So it makes sense you were writing these characters as 18. But now
what I won't get behind. Yeah. No. And what I won't get behind is people saying, well, you can't like Kai Azar because he's only 19. You can kiss my dick and balls is what you can do.
Yeah. Because have you seen the fan art of him?
That man is not 19.
What 19-year-old do you know that is built like a Tonka truck?
No, dead ass.
And is like is an assassin, is going out and one has magical powers.
People.
With his magical powers, and ruling a kingdom. Okay, what 19-year-old can fight combat like a Navy SEAL on steroids?
Literally. My brother is 20, almost. My brother is 20 and all of his friends are 20. I can tell you right now without a shadow of a doubt, none of them look like that. We're 25. I don't know many 25-year-olds who look like the fan art of Kai Azar.
I actually don't know a single fucking one, even that I've seen on TikTok. I don't know a single man that I've ever been like, hey, if they are jacked like that, you know what they're not? 7 foot.
And you know what they also are? On steroids.
On steroids. Yeah. Okay. There's these characters are fictional and they're meant to be fictional. Okay. And I'm sorry, I can't get behind, like, even if somebody was like, oh, well, this character is technically 17. Hey, babe, they're not. that's an author issue.
If you're writing
author issue, if you're writing even YA, if you are writing something that is giving sexual innuendos, that is romance, and you're targeting a romance audience, and you're writing these about 17-year-olds,
that's an author
issue.
Right.
Okay, because I am, and the thing is people do this a lot. I know Maddie's not like an anime fan. I am, and I know anime can get fucking weird. I'm the first one to tell you that. But there's regular like action animes that are really popular for like Solo Leveling, JJK, all of these characters. Like, it is just kind of, again, a writer's issue that you're animating and writing these characters. They don't look like high schoolers and like 19-year-olds. That's crazy. And then to criticize the people watching them and being like, when somebody's like, I don't know, making an edit or using a sound from an audiobook and being like, oh my God, this character, I love them, they're so hot. And then being in the comments like, hey, by the way, let me age check you, you pedophile.
Lest you kiss my ass. Oh my God, leave me alone.
Like, what was that book? We saw it at Barnes and Noble in the adult romance section. Knowing the characters in it are like 17. This one
is boiling hot water. This one's not even like simmering tea. This one's boiling hot water, and it has been for many, many months on TikTok or on Book Talk on Bookstagram. The Boys of Tommen series. I've not read it. Carrie's not read it, but it's the Binding 13, Keeping 13, Finding 6. That series, it's the Boys of Tommen, or Tommen. I don't know how you say it because, again, I've not read it. And personally, for me, I won't be reading it because I do know that those characters are 17, and I don't really fuck with that. But again, it was sitting in the adult section. If you're writing an adult book about high schoolers, that's the weird part. Like, it's not,
that's the weird part.
You can't get mad at like people for consuming content or consuming
because
things.
Of everything that we have, every book that we've listed so far, these are all incredibly popular books.
Yeah.
And only the top 2 famous ones, like ACOTAR and Fourth Wing, or like Sarah J. Maas books, those are the only ones that I'm like, okay, at least the men, as far as the men go, the men are of age, or at least a really like an acceptable age, 500 plus years old. Yes, thank you. Even with Sarah J. Maas, her female characters in ACOTAR, which is adult romance, they're 19. And here's the thing, that is legal. It is. There are 19-year-olds that are doing,
but it's true.
It's uncomfortable. There are 19-year-olds that are doing the things that are in that book.
Yeah.
However, these books are, again, adult books marketed to grown women. I don't really want to read about a 19-year-old. So you know what I do in my head when I'm reading? I ignore that part. It's the same thing I did with Cruel Prince. Carden, he does not have a tail. Not in my mind.
Oh, hell no.
That's none of my business.
That
because
junk
in my
in
mind,
the
I'm like,
trunk,
oh, wait,
none of my business.
When I'm reading about Nesta and Cassian, in my mind, Nesta's at least 26. Yeah. That is a 26-year-old woman. She is acting the way a 26-year-old woman would act. She is not acting the way a 20-year-old woman would act.
I mean, I think Nesta is supposed to be 25.
No, I don't. I think she's only 3 years older than Feyre. So maybe 21.
But by that time, she's probably...
Only 1 year has passed.
Well, I guess you're right. You know what?
So she's maybe 22?
On that, things that I love is a feisty female character. But you know what I fucking hate is that people on the internet say, I want a complex character. And you guys cannot fucking handle complex characters. You throw a bitch fit every time. It's really only with female characters because at the end of the day, there is so much deeply rooted misogyny that you're just taught to hate women. And like, that's genuinely where I think Nesta hate comes from, is deeply rooted misogyny, because you're saying, I want complex characters. I like characters who are unlikable. No, you don't, because all of you fucking hate Nesta for no good damn
Well, here's
reason.
my thing. The things that we have seen about the discourse on Nesta, especially on TikTok is so much more intense than Instagram.
Oh my God.
Is like, they'll say, it's always, and again, this is coming from a person who highly resonates with Feyre, specifically, the youngest of three sisters, and the way that Feyre acts. I highly resonate with her, whereas like Maddie highly resonates with Nesta, the oldest sibling, and you know, somebody that's like feisty and angry and whatever. People get on there and they say, I hate Nesta. I've been victimized by a Nesta. How about you kiss and lick on my little dick and balls? How about that? Okay? Coming from somebody who does resonate with Feyre, I get it. But here's the thing about being an adult person, especially a woman. I can look at other women who act a way that I don't act and be like, I have empathy and I understand why you're doing that. And that is, you cannot say, oh, I'm a Feyre and I've been victimized by a Nesta, and then get to Silver Flames and not understand why Feyre actually does understand Nesta, and why Feyre does not get angry with Nesta because she knows why she's acting that way. It doesn't justify, and that's the point of a character arc. That's the point of a character doing something bad, and growing and doing some inner work, which a lot of you people need to be doing.
Oh my God, yeah.
And looking at Nesta and being like, hey, that's the entire point of Silver Flames. Did we even read the same book?
No, genuinely.
She's supposed to be not very likable. That's the whole point of Silver Flames, is they're being like, hey, Nesta, this is a fucking intervention. You know who you know the kind of people who give interventions? People who love you. And people who care about you and know that that's not who you are.
We're going to have to pause
so they
for
say,
5
hey.
seconds because Brian is at the door and he locked himself out. Give me 5 seconds.
You know, maybe I won't cut this out because Maddie just had to go open the door for Brian. So I'm just going to yap for a minute. I think it's honestly, truly a matter of people just not understanding empathy at its core, really. Okay, Maddie's back. I was just yapping.
I heard you.
But I think that can kind of encompass all of the issues that we see in book talk on TikTok and stuff. Like the people in the book community, people who are reading these books, whether you're a book talker or not, or you just interact and follow book talkers. Y'all really just struggle with nuance.
Yes.
And empathy.
Truly.
Like, it wouldn't be a book if every character was a good character. It would not be a book. It wouldn't get published. And you know who also does even worse things that people still love? Rowan. Lorcan.
Reese.
Kaol. And everybody's out. Tamlin. And everybody's out here. I'm a Tamlin sympathizer. I'm a Kaol sympathizer. Right. We all love Rowan. I'm down bad for Rowan. The first thing Rowan does,
punches Aelin
clocks
square
Aelin's
in the
ass.
Face.
He
Square
straight up
in the
beats
fucking
her
face.
ass. And everybody's like, he could punch me in the face. I agree. But so could Nesta.
No, literally.
But so could Nesta.
So could Nesta.
She could throw me down those 500 stairs. And I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, girl, thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm going to need to see some of the same energy. Okay? Some of the same energy for our male counterparts.
Yes. Yeah.
If you're going to be a Nesta hater, I don't want to see you being a Kaol sympathizer.
Or a Tamlin. If you're a Tamlin sympathizer and a Nesta hater, I just have a feeling that we would be arch fucking nemesis.
Yeah. And also Kaol
and I hate
and
saying
Nesta
that because, like,
have a lot of parallels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have any of y'all read Tower of Dawn? When Kaol is mopey and groany and an absolute asshole to Irene. Hey guys.
Does that not sound
that's
a little
Nesta.
bit familiar?
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, but it's always fine when a man does it. But the second a woman does it, everybody has to get up in arms and be like, well, actually, that's morally incorrect and morally not okay.
Yeah, and it's because people are holding these women to a higher standard.
Women are always held to a higher standard, and I'm sick of it.
To a point it's unfair.
Yeah. 100%.
Next trope. And this is something that kind of comes along with, not always, but it does come along with the age trope of like being like a 19-year-old or whatever. Some type, like you can't legally rent a car and you're fighting in a war. You can't buy yourself a glass of wine, but you're fighting in a war and with doing all these crazy things. Something that kind of comes along with that happens occasionally that I don't really fuck with. The virgin trope.
Oh, hell no. Yuck. I'm sick.
This happens in rom-coms too. This happens in rom-coms a lot where it's like, oh, they're young and they finally meet this giant burly man, but I'm a virgin.
You know, the only time that the virgin trope has been like acceptable to me was from Blood and Ash, because like it made sense for Poppy's character.
Yep.
Like who
Poppy
she was
considered, like she was
the maiden,
hidden by their government. She was the maiden. Like it was
sense.
Supposed to be this rebellious thing that fit the storyline. And the thing is too is like
when we're just doing it for funsies because like that's something that like is like
you just throw it in there
and attractive to people. No, that's freak behavior. That's freak shit.
No. And you know what? I feel like this happened too, again, in Throne of Glass, with Aelin. She's a virgin when she starts dating Chaol. And it does line up with Chaol's perception of her, or Selena. And we'll put in the caption again that these have spoilers. What can you do?
Big surprise. We're talking about books.
Yeah. So when Chaol and Selena are, start dating, whatever, she loses her virginity to him. And it's not really it's not super touched on. It's just kind of like alluded, like, okay, hey, they do this. Great. Awesome. It's not this big, deep thing, but it does line up with Chaol and thinking that she's actually not this terrible, evil assassin, because she's like not, she's a virgin. She's like not even, she is this trad wife that you want.
Ugh. I'm sick.
And again, it happens a lot in rom-coms too. Adult books. One of Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. I think I talked about it in the last episode. That is a dirty, dirty book. Dirty, dirty book. And the girl in that is a virgin, and it's so weird. It's so weird. It was so unnecessary for her to be a virgin. She was like in her late 20s.
No.
And it was just handled and talked about in such a weird fucking way.
I don't like that.
That I don't like it either. I don't like it either.
No.
I don't like it either.
And you know another thing? This happens mostly in fantasy. She's so skinny. I'm just so skinny and small and frail and fragile, and my bones break every turn I take. I'm so skinny, nothing fits me. Get the fuck up out of my face. You expect me to believe that some soaking wet 90-pound tiny 5'2" bitch is beaten up on a grown-ass man? Wrong. I'm a average sized woman. Like I'm 5'5.5", almost 5'6", and I work out, and I could not do half the shit that they're describing in these books.
Yeah, that does happen in Fourth Wing.
Violet
being like, Violet being like, I'm 5'1" and I'm 80 pounds soaking wet, and I am so frail, and the wind could just blow me away at any moment, and yet I am capable of thrusting a dagger into the sternum of a grown man.
Be serious.
Hey. And here's the thing. With Fourth Wing, I think that it does build her story arc a little bit, because she has to do the things like poisoning her competitors and stuff. And so it's like, okay, she has to, you can be small and do like fucking jujitsu and take a motherfucker to the ground based on just like balance. However, there are certain things that I'm like, girl, if another one of your fucking bones comes out of its socket,
Bro, and
They
we're
would've
just
kicked you out of the
acting-
school.
Right, and we're just acting
They
like,
would've kicked you
oh,
out.
you know, my shoulder's out of its socket, but it's fine. Yeah, have you ever had a shoulder out of its fucking socket? I haven't, but I imagine it's fucking painful as shit.
What I have had, when she's like, my knee came out of its socket. Yeah, that's happened to me, bitch, and it hurts.
You're
You
not
can't do
walking
shit.
that off.
I am, like, the dimensions that they talk about Violet being, yeah, me, except not 90 pounds.
Because no
I'm like
grown
her,
woman
she
is
had-
90 pounds.
Yeah. Especially at 20. I was definitely not 90 pounds at 20. When you hit that second puberty heading into
hell no.
college, they say it's the freshman 15.
No,
yeah.
it's
You ever notice how
called
the freshman
puberty.
15 doesn't hit men? It's because it's not the freshman
It's
15,
round
babe.
2 of puberty.
It's round 2. It ding ding ding. Round motherfucking 2 of turning into a woman, and
Yeah.
it sucks.
It is. It is the worst.
It sucks, and nobody told me. So there's no fucking way Violet would actually look like that and be able to, like, still fight the next day after being like, my shoulder's hanging on by one ligament.
No, literally.
Ain't no way Taryn would have been like, yeah, okay, I'll pick that one. Andarna, maybe.
Andarna, maybe. Taryn,
nah, a saddle ain't doing it. She needs to be like fucking duct taped, wrapped around, her head swinging around because she doesn't have the fucking muscles to hold her head straight. Like, you're kidding me. There is no way in hell she is hanging on to that dragon.
No, there's no way.
And you know what gets me too? Whenever she's fighting on the dragon, like fighting whoever the bad guys are, I can't remember
the
their
wyvern.
name. No, the wyvern riders. The venom.
Yeah.
She's fighting the venom, and she's standing on the back. Right, so your dragon that's like standing on the wing of an airplane, bitch.
Literally, that's what I'm imagining.
You're flying off. How are your feet are just standing there? Girl, no. You need a safety strap because
in
you're
fantasy
flailing.
books, Newton's laws of gravity and Newton's laws of motion do not exist in fantasy books. Is it Newton?
Exist.
I really hope it's Newton, because otherwise I sound like a fucking dim-witted moron. But
Yeah, it's Newton.
the laws of motion simply they cannot exist in fantasy
No.
books, because what the shit?
Yeah. Another trope that I really don't fuck with, and I actually also just thought of another one. I'm going to say both, and then we'll talk about one or the other. The first one that I'm sure we'll have a lot to say about, because we've talked about it before. Plenty of books we love. Pregnancy trope.
Yuck.
Unnecessary pregnancy trope. For example,
Feyre.
A Court of Frost and Starlight. Super
Why?
unnecessary for Feyre to get pregnant. Super unnecessary. I've seen some people's theories on them saying that Nyx, their child, is gonna become like for whatever reason, important in the next books. I don't even know if I believe that.
If I have to read about a fucking toddler, I'm gonna be pissed.
Toddler with wings just flapping
hell
around
no.
in the middle of a war.
Can you imagine
The
terrible
second
twos
one-
with a kid with wings? No.
A court of diapers and bottles. I'm leaving.
A quart of diaper rash and snot.
A court of I have to wipe this thing's ass every day. I'm a magical fae high lord, and I'm cleaning up this baby's ass crack.
My kid spread shit on the walls, and now it's up 8 feet in the air because he has fucking wings.
A court of I have to put my baby on a leash because it has wings.
No, literally. I'm not. If Nyx is like a main character, I will not be reading it. I'm sorry. I don't care about children.
Can't. I'm gonna be like, I bet I'd start to resonate with fucking Amryn if that baby becomes a main character, because I know Amryn does not fuck with toddlers.
Oh, hell no. Absolutely not.
But the next trope too that I wanted to talk about is a trope that we love. Oh, it's a micro trope, but it's like a one bed trope, a hotel room trope, right? This is normally the scene where the first little bit of spice happens. It happens in from Blood and Ash. It happens in Court of Mist and Fury. There's always, it's normally not like full-blown sex, but it's, doing the hand stuff and the mouth stuff, and absolutely no hygiene. Hygiene. We talked about this, I think, last episode. Where it's like, hey girl, there are certain things they will talk about, like cleaning up, whatever. They'll talk about vomiting and shitting all day long, but God forbid you wash under your fingernails. Sorry. I love a bed trope, but I don't love when the only thing you have to clean yourself is a water basin. In case you don't know, that's a fucking bowl of water on your nightstand.
They're taking a cheap whore's bath.
Yeah, maybe if you're lucky, they're taking a cheap whore's bath. I won't spend a ton of time on that because we did talk about it in the last episode, but I was gonna forget about it.
Yeah, no,
if I didn't say it.
Nasty.
Dude, I'm trying to think if there's anything else in any other tropes. You know what I don't like?
What?
I will say, friends to lovers can be really good. A lot of people say that it's the healthiest trope there is, which is why it's kind of boring, because we're reading fantasy for a reason. But I don't like, this happens in Fourth Wing with Dane, when it's like, in the first book, you kind of, Violet kind of has a thing for Dane, whatever, and they're like childhood friends, and it's like the entitlement that comes with a male main character in being a friends to lovers, the entitlement of like, well, this isn't you, insert female main character name. I know you, and you're not acting like yourself, and you need to listen to me because I know you. Excuse me?
No, literally.
Excuse me. Your cats are going crazy.
She needs things. I don't know if you can hear her purring. She won't shut up. Can you please just lay down for the love of Christ? No, Dane.
But yeah,
when it's like friends to enemies, I don't really think I love that too much, because like, I don't know. I guess that's what it's like having a male friend. I don't respect men, so like I'm not friends with them for the most part. Carrie is my number one girl, and I know she would never betray my ass like that. But when it's like a friend betrayal, nothing. This happens in Lightlark. A friend betrayal.
Yeah,
I don't fuck with those one bit. We haven't read like.
I started to get paranoid. I start to get paranoid now when I read a book that has like, oh, this is my best friend in the whole wide world. She's like my sister. You know what? I'm like, fuck, now I feel like I can't trust her.
Yeah. It also kind of happens with Nehemia.
Yeah.
I don't think I like Nehemia very much because like, personally, I know my best friend would never do me dirty like that. If there's one person I can trust, it's Carrie. And so when I read about characters who have friends and then all of a sudden their friends betray them, how'd you not see that coming? There weren't any kind of warning signs. I don't know.
No, literally. And another thing that I don't like, I don't know. It's like when I think of Reckless and Fearless and Powerless, Peyton's relationship with Adina, peak friendship. Okay, there was never a time where she was like, oh, this girl's gonna rat me out. What the hell? What do you mean you can't trust your girlfriends? Why the hell are they your girlfriends?
No, literally.
That's crazy.
Why are you
friends with them? I don't like when their male friends come in and it's like, I'm doing this because I care about you, but I know you and you actually need to listen to me. At the very least, at least when it's an enemies to lovers, the guy is like, hey, actually, I know my shit and you're stupid. And this is what I think you should do because I said so, because he's the enemy. At least at that point, there's no like moral high ground, sugarcoating. Whereas like with somebody like Dane, and they're like, he like felt entitled to her because they were childhood friends.
Because he knew her for a long time.
Just because you're friends with somebody for a long time, one, does not mean you know everything about them. Two, does not mean that you're entitled to anything from them.
No,
that is
literally.
the kind of the beauty of friendship, when it's a true good friendship with somebody you can trust, is that you actually don't have to owe them anything. They don't get any expectations from you, and they're choosing to be your friend anyway.
Because
Like,
it's not transactional.
Yeah. Like, even in romantic relationships, there is some type of emotional intimacy that you are expecting from your partner. You have expectations for your partner. That's how it works. With friendship, they can leave and it won't affect their life. Yeah. They can get new friends, and they're choosing to be your friend anyway. So when it's a friends to lovers and the guy is acting entitled, I'm like, hey, so I actually think she should go with her jackass CEO billionaire boss that you're all mad about. Yeah. Because at least he's up front. No, literally. You're being a dick.
Yeah. No, 100%. I agree.
Yeah. And then also, something I love, I think one of my favorite tropes is a fake dating trope.
Oh, I love a fake dating trope.
So fun. But you know what I don't love? Fake dating trope always comes with a miscommunication trope. Yeah. It is always there, and there ain't nothing that I hate. Well, that's not true. I hate a pregnancy trope more.
Pregnancy trope is always going to be the worst. But
second to that, a miscommunication trope.
Oh gosh,
please.
It sends me over the edge.
Especially when you're getting the inner monologue of either the whichever main character, and they're like, "I want to say this, but don't. I'm not going to because I know how they feel." And then we're getting the other point of view, and it's like, I want to say this, and they're the same thing. They want to say the same thing, but I'm not going to say this because I'm bad for her and I'm not good enough for her, so I'm not going to say.
When there's like a self-pity wallow, I'm not good enough for you moment, I don't fuck with that one bit.
That also comes with
because truly,
friends to lovers.
Truly, if a man said, I'm not good enough for you, I'd be like, and don't I know it?
Duh.
Obviously,
that's a given, babe.
You're a man. You are a man trying to be in a relationship with a woman. I've never seen one heterosexual relationship in which, maybe other than Aaron Taylor Johnson, in which the man is like better than the woman. It just doesn't happen.
Oh man.
You know, like the women.
And it's hard because I'm reading a book, and especially like this happens we're reading Twilight right now. This happens a couple times in Twilight where there's certain things where I'm like, okay, for fuck's sake, I'm going to look past that weird trad wife energy, because there's parts of it that I love so much. And I'm like, oh, I'm eating this shit up. And then every now and then it's like one full page of like, fuck, okay, I'm going to close my eyes and go, la, 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 la. Mm-hmm. You didn't just say that he was turned on by your floor-length khaki skirt and your turtleneck. Bye. I don't want to hear it.
I can't.
Bye. Bye.
No, if there's trad wife energy, I have to pretend that didn't happen because it grosses me the hell out.
Yeah. And then it's like you get on the internet and you can't avoid it because everybody's like, hey, wait a minute. Like, I'll say, when I was reading Frost and Starlight, I was eating that shit up. It was not until after I read the book that like everybody was on the internet really, and they were like, hey, so that spice scene with Feyre and Rhys and the baby thing, that was weird, right? And I was like, oh fuck,
oh shit, that is weird.
I put on my blinders, okay? Yeah. Anything they're yapping about a baby, I'm not listening.
Yeah.
I'm just reading. Same thing. I put on my blinders with the age. I put on my blinders with the virgin tropes if I can. I put on blinders with anything that I'm like, ooh, that's not great.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to talk about it. I don't
want to talk about it. I don't want to ruin my good book. No.
I don't want it to ruin the books that I love. And if somebody talks about it, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to disagree with you, but I am going to. They're fake books, okay? At some point in your life, you're going to have to choose ignorance.
Yeah.
If you want to enjoy anything, at least it's with fantasy books, okay? I am aware in so many other topics of the world. When it comes to my fictional characters, okay, I can block out the weird breeding kink stuff that they're doing. I don't want it. And I know nobody else does. And if you do, that's weird.
And you know what? There's something for everybody, and that might be for you, but it is just not for me. So I'm going to put on a little mask, and I'm going to pretend that I didn't see that, and I'm going to go on with my life. And I'm going to pretend that I read something a little bit different that makes it better for me.
Yeah, I'm actually going to pretend, to me, Kai Azar, 28 years old, bare minimum.
Yeah.
If we're talking physically, that man is 35.
No, literally.
And probably still on steroids. And 100%. Has magical powers, lest we forget.
Yeah. No, literally.
I'm sorry. Like, that's not happening. When they're talking about, and also at the same time, the weird kind of relationship between Peyton and Kit. And then you find out that, that there might be a little bit of a family relation.
What the fuck?
I'm not thinking about that.
No.
I'm not thinking about that. That's gross.
No, I'm
Yuck.
sorry. They kissed on the mouth.
On the mouth.
On the mouth?
On the mouth.
On the mouth?
On the mouth.
No, I don't like it.
That's gross. And I'm not thinking about it, okay?
I'm not going
I'm
to
not thinking about it. People said the same thing, too, about, this is the last little tidbit I'll add in, the strange family connection possibly between Dorian and Aelin.
Yeah.
And everybody being like, hey, remember 6 books ago when they were up on each other? Hey, don't remind me.
I don't like it.
It's not valid. It doesn't matter to the story anymore. What can you do?
No, that grosses me out.
What can you do? Get it out of there.
At the end of the day, you can tell that these are white people because ain't nobody cousin fuck like Alabama and Southern America.
That's so true. Yeah. I don't want it, and I
don't want it, and I'm going to ignore it.
It's in my brain. Evicted. You cannot live in my brain.
Yeah.
No, I'm choosing that that's not actually what happened. In that regard, we did not read the same book.
Yeah. No, I agree. 100%.
So
it's weird.
Overall, we still love all these books.
But sometimes,
moral of the story,
you just have to talk about
sometimes
the weird shit.
Not everything is great in them.
Yeah.
Especially the tropes. And also the ages. And remind you, I'm going to say this one last time, not a reader's fault. Not a reader's fault. That is an author issue. Can we stop attacking people in Book Talk and Bookstagram for an author issue? Because that's ridiculous.
It's the author's fault.
It's the author's fault. Stop writing fully grown male characters and then claiming that they're prepubescent.
And that's also insane. The same for FMCs.
Yes,
they're not 18,
also the
19,
same for
and 20. And they definitely don't have double Ds. You're not...
With double Ds and a 22-inch waist.
No, wrong. That doesn't exist.
And they can take down a fully grown man.
And they're fighting
with a
Lorcan
stick.
Salvatore.
With a dull stick.
No, they're not. Lorcan would step on them.
But I think every author could take a note from Sarah J. Maas. That is book club.
Thanks for coming.
If you want to see more weird shit happening on the internet while we're on this cruise, head on over to our Instagram and our TikTok. And if you want some cozy book content, I promise you, it's not as wild as our podcast is.
Yeah, we're really normal.
Cute little fun book videos. Go watch them on our YouTube channel. It will be linked below at Carrie and Maddie. Yeah, and also follow us on Fable. We'll kind of try to be more active maybe on it.
We say that every week.
Love you.
Love ya. See you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.
Bye.